Well, it's lovely to have the day off today. Beautiful Sunday day. Out and almost in nature. Nature in suburbia. So, yeah, this is Lake Booragoon. In the suburb of Booragoon, I imagine. Sorry if I don't sound very interesting today, but I don't know, there doesn't seem to be that much interesting stuff going on here, but I'll just keep walking, go for a bit of an adventure. Actually, there's a park just opposite the freeway down there, so I might head out there, see if there's anything interesting to go check out and film there. I can't recall the name of it off the top of my head, but I think that's where we shall go next on our adventure. Woo, cool scenery. Alrighty, time to get walking. So today I have changed the white balance on the camera. I have adjusted it from automatic and put it on, I think, 5,500. So I was watching some YouTube tutorial videos last night about, you know, how to get the best settings on the GoPro video. And yeah, so when it's cloudy, overcast, a bit like it is today, they said, oh, change the white balance on the camera in the settings from auto and switch it over to 5,500. So I thought, okay, cool. So that's what I've done today. So it'll be interesting to see how the footage comes out. Hopefully looking okay. So you gotta take a bit of a risk sometimes, don't you? So I think the max is out at about 6,000. I thought, oh, I wonder what it looks like on about 6,000. So then it went a bit too light or whatnot. So 5,500 white balance, actually I was quite happy with. Looked good. So I'm just gonna film today with a different white balance, which is not on auto. So see how it goes. And also changed one of the lens setting as well. So I think hyper view. So yeah, just having a bit of a play around with the GoPro today and see what kind of best settings you can get, and hope try and get the best overall footage. All right, I shall continue on my walk. Let's go, team, let's go. Well, I must be honest with you, as I'm walking around Lake Booragoon, finding it a little bit difficult to become connected sort of with the lake. You got the houses like 50 meters away, and over there is the freeway with the busy cars. It's just a little bit difficult to kind of just feel a bit relaxed and in tune with the park and whatnot. But I think it's primarily also because there's actually no sort of paths inside Lake Booragoon to go walking and exploring. But I've got a feeling across the road there's another little park there which has trails. So if I can figure out how to get across this busy road coming up, then there might be a nice little park to go exploring. But yeah, if I have to be critical of Lake Booragoon, I'm going to say that the downside is there should maybe be a little path that you can go exploring, try and get a little bit closer to the water, but they obviously must have their reason for it. Not too sure why, but be interesting to know. Alrighty, yay, the exciting loud freeway. Well, it's not quite the freeway, but it's the main road. There's a sign there saying wildlife crossing. So yeah, it's a bit gloomy and dark out here today, but that's alright. It's good to get out of the house, go exploring, and show you guys some lovely lakes that we've got in Perth. Alright, well, how many lanes is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we've got to cross 4 lanes to get halfway across the road, and then cross another 4 lanes. Alrighty, I'll see you on the other side of the road. Alright. Alrighty, I've crossed over the road successfully, managed to get here in one piece, and I'm now at Piney Lake Reserve. Many apologies if I'm yelling at you, but it's very loud with all the traffic going on. So I'm gonna go exploring in Piney Lake Reserve and see if it takes you into nature a little bit away from the hecticness of the traffic which is to my right. Okay, let's the journey begin at Piney Lakes. Okay, we are in. So this looks like the path that you need to take if you want to trek down here. It's quite spacious. Lots of bushland out here. Got your natural flora and fauna, and yeah, nice and quiet. All you can hear really is me going crunch, crunch, crunch on the floor. Now, if anyone's actually wondering about the weather today, it's currently sitting on 19.8 degrees at the moment. There's a little bit of a cool breeze coming, and it's sprinkling just ever so lightly at the moment. But I don't know if it's going to pick up or get a little bit heavier, the rain. That's the thing with the rain. You just never really know. 1 minute it can be light, 1 minute it can stop, 1 minute it can bucket down. But it's been very cold in Perth lately. So to have it currently 19.8 degrees at around about lunchtime, it's a little bit warmer than normal. So probably may not need the jumper a bit later on. Yeah, obviously once you're walking you get warm, so it becomes pointless wearing a jumper, doesn't it? But being in winter, you're like, well, I need a jumper, don't I? So okay, there's a couple of choices here. Which way do I go? Choose your own adventure. Straight, left. What way should we go? That away, or that away? I think we should go this way. Yes, I got a good feeling about the path that we're on. Oh wow. Okay, it's not so much gravel here, it's just more natural rock below us. I'll show you. Very cool. Okay, well, the weather's holding out quite well, which is pleasant. It's actually quite refreshing just having a few droplets of rain land on me here and there. 257. Ah, well, what do we have it? Ah, good old, dear old paper bark. Oh, I've got a present for you, YouTube. Some paper bark. This tree here, shedding its skin pretty good. Alrighty, let's have a look in there. Peels right off, doesn't it? So many trees have, so many paper bark trees in Perth, really. It's quite impressive. Do you have paper bark trees where you are, wherever you're watching? I'd like to know. If you're watching, let me know in your country if you have paper bark. Because I get a lot of viewers from India, Philippines, and Indonesia. So, if you have paper bark, please let me know. I'd love to know. Because as you know, I really love paper bark trees. They're just everywhere here. See? Okay, so it's almost like anyone would think that everyone's disappeared. Maybe the rain is probably, maybe the rain's probably held them off coming out on a bit of a journey today, which is understandable. So it is raining right now, so that's alright. It's not gonna stop us on our adventure, is it? Just a nice, cool little few drops. Sunday, Sunday. Wow, look how luscious and green the grass is. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I think you've really got to be a bit of a nature lover to appreciate and like my videos, don't you? Ah, like my video. You definitely can like my video. Wouldn't say no to a like. Gotta make it interesting. There's a little path down this way. Not sure where it goes, so I might just have a quick look on Google Maps and see where we're going. Okay, go up this way. Actually, I might just see where it goes. Hello.
Hey, bud, how are you?
Good. Alrighty. Continuing on the path. So far, so good. Wow. Gotta watch where you're going. There's a few low trees and branches sort of poking out. Okay, it looks like there appears to be a man-made path in front of me. So, and then there's a nice bench that you can sit on as well. Good morning.
How you doing?
Or good afternoon, probably, is it? Have a good one. As you can see here, there's a lovely little bench which could probably sit about, oh gosh, 10, 15, 20 people. I'll just show you. That's one impressive looking bench, I must admit. Okay, so the boardwalk that I'm currently walking on is raised about, I would say, close to 2 feet. That's about, oh yeah, 1.5, about 2 feet off the ground. Whew, good exercise today. Alrighty, I almost feel puffed. But I must admit, there is not much in the way of signage. So as I'm talking to you, I literally have no idea where I'm going. So I'm just relying on, I'm going left, I'm going right. So it must lead to somewhere, to the path of randomness. Whew. Alrighty. Now there's a little sign down the bottom here. It says, sedges. Sedges are the clumps of grass-like plants with very tiny leaves that live in and around waterways and wetlands. They play a very important role in the healthy functioning of a wetland by taking excess nutrients from the water which would otherwise accumulate and create a food source for algae, often leading to algae blooms. With their large root systems, sedges also bind the soil together and protect it from erosion, as well as creating a dense understory habitat for wetland fauna. And that sign there is courtesy of Melville Piney Lakes. Thank you, Melville Piney Lakes, for that. Alrighty. Keep on trekking. Just be mindful of the ground as it may be a little bit more slipperier. Oh, more signage. You want to know what it says, don't you? Okay, volunteers. It can be upsetting to see our native bushland invaded by exotic species. Piney Lakes Environmental Education Center has a dedicated group of volunteers who work tirelessly every Friday morning to hand weed sites within this reserve. Well done, that's actually pretty impressive. I say hands out, well done to them. During the summer, you might see the bush crew in the paperbark in the paperbark forest removing flatweed. Cool. So thank you to all the volunteers. We all appreciate your hard work and efforts to make places like this beautiful and accessible to the public. So hats off to you guys. Alrighty, more signs up here. Weeds. Do we want to know about weeds? Maybe next time. Okay. Thinking, should I be putting on my Halloween costume today with my white, nice, lovely, wet rain jacket. May actually need it if it gets much heavier. Okay, bobtails, there's a sign about bobtails. Ah, we gotta read you this one. It's one about snakes. I am actually a fan of reptilians, so I'm gonna read you out the snake sign. Dugite snakes are another native reptile that calls Piney Lakes home. They are part of the natural environment and as a native species, and therefore protected. They form the top end of the food chain, mainly eating lizards and other snakes. Hey, we've got someone running in the rain. That's pretty cool. Alright, getting a bit distracted. Back to the sign. However, have evolved to eat pests such as mice and rats as well. If you see a snake, say good day and walk away. That's pretty cool. It actually does say that in the sign. Back away quietly and give the snake a wide berth. Dugites, by nature, are shy and will avoid confrontation if possible. Never approach a snake or make it feel trapped, as it may choose to fight as opposed to flee, if it has no other option than to defend itself. It is a good rule of thumb to wear enclosed shoes when bushwalking, as over 50% of Australian snake bites are on the foot of someone wearing thongs or sandals. So there's a very informative sign there about snakes, especially dugite snakes, courtesy of Melville, Piney Lakes. Alrighty, let's continue. Absolutely beautiful day today. Lovely day to be out. Da 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 da. Ah, there's some more signage up here. Okay. Back. Well, I may look like one of the most stupidest people out here today, but hopefully I'll end up being one of the more drier people out here on the path. Okay, so we're all dressed up, ready for Halloween. Yeah, but it is a little bit rainy out here, so I'm just gonna keep exploring, see where the path goes. And as I mentioned in one of my other videos, the paperclip would be perfect on for this poncho. So note to self, remember to bring out a paper clip to attach to the poncho. Okay, it just seems to be path after path out here, really. Yeah, Piney Lakes wetlands. Please keep on path. Okay, we're just in the middle of Piney Lakes. Okay, so the surface we're on now is a little bit more softer. So as you can see, just got some sand to walk on. Groovy. Okay, let's little sign to my left saying go this way, which we shall do. Some freshly planted bushes to my right. Now we're starting to get some good signage. I can't really read what it says up there yet, but we'll have a look. So this will actually be a true test to see how the GoPro goes in the rain. Ah, frog breeding and call sign. Okay, we've got a sign about frogs. Can you hear the frogs calling? Most of them are named due to the way they sound. Common frogs that live in Piney Lakes wetlands are moaning frog, clicking froglet, quackling froglet, motorbike frog. Wow, that's actually pretty interesting to know. I did not know that about frogs and sounds. Alright, let's go deep into the Piney Lake Reserve. So we trek through. Wow, very narrow kind of path. Not much room. Okay, I've turned it off super view just to a better lens, so we don't get as much of a fisheye warped view on the track. White ibis. Now, in one of my other videos, I was wondering, what is that bird called? What is it? And now I know, it's a white ibis. If you look real close there, that there is the bird, the white ibis. Interestingly enough, someone got charged with eating a white ibis recently, I think in Perth or another Australian city, because I think they are a protected species and you cannot eat white ibis whatsoever.
Perfect.
Okay, directly in front of me we have a dieback cleaning station. So basically what you do here is clean your shoes or your thongs or whatever you've got on your feet to clean them. And why do they have this here? Because dieback is a terrible disease which can spread and kill plants. So what is dieback? Dieback actually is an introduced microscopic plant pathogen. It lives in soil, water, and plant material and attacks roots and starves native plants. Bushwalking can spread dieback. So I am going to clean my shoes on this machine and try and get as much the sand off and anything else, because I want to do my part, not spread dieback. So when I get home, I'll give my shoes a good clean as well. It's a little bit difficult to operate. Oh, this thing here, push lever. And that must just give the shoes a little bit of a cleaner with some water. I'm not sure if it's actually working. Push, oh. Alrighty, back on the path. With some very interesting pelicans right in front of me. Sculpture here. I can't say I've actually seen any pelicans out on the path today, but they actually look pretty cool. Very, very cool. So sadly, I've experienced a few technical issues out on today's little adventure. Yeah, the camera has decided to freeze just then, so I had to take the battery out, put the medium mod case back on, and I got the prompt saying repairing file repaired successfully, which is good, but I don't think it was the most interesting clip. I think I go this way actually, but yeah, I wonder if the rain had any part to do with that, because apparently the GoPro is not waterproof when the media mod is on, but waterproof enough, I guess, to protect you from rain. You can still take it out in the rain, which is good. But yeah, I've got it on super view on the lens today, so hopefully that looks pretty interesting, and I wonder if that's contributing to excessive battery drain as well. The battery has...
right onto Biddy Katagini Aboriginal Women's Trail.
Okay, thank you Google. So I wonder if that has played any part of the battery being drained a lot, because I've still got a lot of storage on the SD card, but the battery, the Enduro battery, has drained a fair bit.
Turn left.
Oh, thank you, Google. Turn left. Alright, I can do that. Let's see where we go. Piney Lakes Reserve. So I do recommend Piney Lakes Reserve. So if you're in Perth and you got the choice of going to Lake Booragoon or Piney Lakes Reserve, I would most definitely say head out to Piney Lakes Reserve, because it's definitely a lot more scenic, less cars, pollution, noise pollution, and there's just lots of real interesting little signs as you go out on the walk, and it's very more so laid back.
Turn right.
Alright, I think Google has decided just to put me on a wild goose chase. But yeah, so it's a very lovely day today. If you don't mind rain, then today has been a successfully good walk today. So I wonder where next week's adventure will take me, but nonetheless, I'm sure you'll be coming with me. So until then, see you next time. Good morning. I am at Lake Booragoon in Booragoon today. Let's do a quick weather check, see how we're doing for today. Well, as you can see, it's a little bit overcast today, but it's been raining a bit earlier on today, but it looks like it's possibly gonna rain soon. Only time will tell. But here we are on a very lovely Sunday out trekking. Yes, Lake Booragoon in Perth. So I've noticed that this trail is very close to the houses, as you can see to the side there. Not my usual preference, but today we are going to go exploring Lake Booragoon and see what it's all about. Okay, so as you approach the boardwalk, there's some cool signage here. We've got the Booragoon Lake Reserve sign. So we are currently in the city of Melville. So there's no camping here, no bushfires, you can't swim here, and you certainly can't ride a bike here. Not sure why. Alright, there's a few more signs. What else have they got up here? Welcome to Booragoon Lake. Some signs about turtles, frequently asked questions. Oh, here's a good one. If you find an injured turtle, please call this number. If you find an injured bird, please call this number. It's actually quite interesting. And as you see over here, there's some printouts which appear to be very, very old. Look at this discoloration in the pictures. So they've probably been here quite a few years. I think this sign probably needs a little bit of updating. Oh, what's even more interesting is if you look right there. Oh, there was a little spider in the sign. Wow, that was pretty cool. But overall, pretty adequate signage. Also, what have we got? Thank you for not feeding us. Yes, feeding wildlife. Well, you just know how much I just love reading to you, so thank you for not feeding us. Feeding wildlife prevents us gathering healthy natural foods, provides us with little nutritional value, keeps us in one location and dependent on you, causing... Okay, let's try that again. Thank you for not feeding us. Feeding wildlife, the sign should actually say can or will or possibly, prevents us gathering healthy natural foods, provides us with little nutritional value, keeps us in one location and dependent on you, causes overpopulation and diseases such as botulism. I'm not sure what that is, but it'd be interesting to find out. Pollutes the water, can make us aggressive, that's not cool, and attracts rodents. So to report sick or injured wildlife, please contact details above. Alright, so there's a pretty big thing about injured and sick birds, and which is good. So let's have a little walk around and see how we go. Some interesting different colorations in the boardwalk you can see there. Yeah, there seems to be like different patterns going on. Very cool. Well, it's a very lovely day today. It's not too cold. Hey, check this out. Look at the moss you've got going there. Wow, that's pretty cool. Bit of swampy wetlands down there. Probably quite a few wildlife and birds down there. Interesting to note. I haven't really bumped into anyone yet. Maybe it's the weather. Wow, isn't this just very, very beautiful? Wow, 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 wow. That's all I can say is wow. Stunning. And we're about to approach the undercover area. Actually, this would be really cool to watch and witness a lightning storm, actually. That would be really cool to watch. It'd be amazing visuals. And oh, got a few ducks out there. There's a black swan a bit further out there, but unfortunately, as I've told you before, the GoPro doesn't have the best zoom features on it. But there's a black swan in front of me, maybe 30 meters or so. There's a few different birds out and about. Yes, overall, not too bad. It's actually quite a large water body here at Lake Booragoon. So that's quite impressive. I think it's quite full with all the rain we've had lately.